guys, Emma here, also known as 8 Vinyl Low, bringing you guys another video today for the VC. Today's video I'm going to show you guys one vinyl update that I just got in the mail about a couple days ago, and two, I'm going to show you guys my haul and finds from a garage sale that I went to about a week ago in the hometown that I currently go to college in, which is very rare because this never happens. So I'll get into that story when we get to that part of the video, but real quick I want to show you guys a record update. Just got this in the mail, and it is a reissue of John Mayall Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton, the 1966 album. This is the reissue on Back to Black. As you guys know, if you know this record at all, it is extremely hard to find an original UK pressing, so I went with the reissue, but after playing it, it sounds great, so I'm very happy about this. For those of you who kind of have been watching this channel and know me a little bit, you know that I absolutely love British blues. It's one of my favorite genres, if not my favorite, which is interesting because Cheap Trick is not in that category. But genre-wise, love British blues. And for those of you who are familiar with this album at least, you know that this is definitely one of the best British blues albums of all time. And of course, John Mayall is quote-unquote the godfather of British blues. So super happy to finally have this record in my collection. I'm actually planning on seeing John Mayall in late July of this year. He's 85 and still going. Good for him. I look up to him a lot as a musician, so I am super excited to have the chance to see him perform in concert. So definitely looking forward to that and excited to finally have this record. So going on to this garage sale that I went to. So there was this post of a garage sale, and apparently this couple who had stated in their post that they are lifelong collectors and lovers of music were having this sale of vinyl records, and they weren't letting any, early sales or any online sales or whatever. You had to be there in person. It was a 2-day event, and it's occurring in this very small town where I go to college. So super weird that was happening because that never happens. I normally never find records down here, let alone a giant collection of them. So it was opening at 8 a.m. on a Friday, and I decided I'm going to be one of the first people. I want to be one of the first people going through these records, because in the picture it had like Pink Floyd's The Wall and Genesis Foxtrot and the Beatles and Deep Purple and just all of these amazing bands, so I definitely wanted to go. So I got there at 8 a.m. when it opened, but there was a line out the door to get into this house. And again, I'm going to reiterate, this is a very small town, so I was in shock that there were that many people interested in buying vinyl from this collection. So as much as I was sad to see all of these people in front of me, I was also very excited for all my fellow record collectors. So missed out on Pink Floyd's The Wall. That was in their picture, of course. That was one of the first to go, as well as all of the Beatles. But I was about 10 to 15 people back, so I got in there in about 2 minutes. And just started picking and grabbing everything that sounded really good. So I'm going to show you guys what I picked up. I'm excited about a few of these. And there are a few of these that I am not that familiar with that I'm excited to kind of get into and listen to and learn more about. So the first record that I picked up is the Traveling Wilburrys, their Volume 1, released from 1988. For those of you who are not familiar with this band, it's basically a supergroup, if you cannot see in this picture on this album, that includes Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Roy Orbison, and Tom Petty. I've heard of this band, but I was not completely familiar with them, but after further investigation, I'm so happy I picked this up. Everything that I picked up from this sale was $1, including Pink Floyd's The Wall that I missed out on. That's okay, I have one, but everything was $1, so I'm super happy with the deals that I got for these records. So I picked this up, super excited to have this. I also grabbed a compilation that you guys may be familiar with, which is Nuggets, the original artifacts from the first psychedelic era, 1965 to 1968. It is a compilation album released in 1972 that includes psychedelic tracks of between 1965 and 1968. Double LP, super cool find if you're into kind of the American psychedelic and garage rock bands of the mid-60s. So, fun find here. This next one I was super excited about once I kind of looked at it and read more into it. It is Genesis Foxtrot, released in 1972. But what's special about this record that I later found out after further investigation is that it is the gatefold textured album. So it you know, the cover's textured. And it is the UK first press edition of this record. It has the red lettering on the side there. So that's a really cool find. I'm excited to have this pressing of this album. I don't listen to a lot of Genesis. I know that Bill over at the Vinylverse is a big Genesis fan, so I'm sure he'll kind of fill me in on this record and kind of what songs to look out for while listening. But super excited to give this a go and learn more about and dig deeper into the Genesis catalog. So that's that one. Also grabbed the Rolling Stones' More Hot Rocks, Big Hits and Fazed Cookies. It is a double LP compilation from 1972, a follow-up from the first Hot Rocks compilation release. And it had obvious popularity, one from the first Hot Rocks, and then being that it is the second compilation to follow up popular Hot Rocks album. So this is more Hot Rocks, lots of great songs on here. I have the original Hot Rocks album, so excited to have more Hot Rocks. So grab that. Alright, this next album, I'm not really into this individual. Not that I don't like him, it's just that I don't know enough about him and I haven't listened to him enough and I haven't dug into his catalog enough, but I'm finally going to do that. I picked up Bob Dylan, The Basement Tapes. It is a double LP that was released in 1975, I believe. But I think that the tracks on this album, if I'm not mistaken, were recorded earlier. So they weren't recorded in 1975, they were recorded a few years earlier. But it was put out on this album. I haven't given it a listen yet, so I don't have a lot to say about it. But I look forward to giving this a listen and kind of digging deeper into some Bob Dylan and kind of giving him a chance here, because I don't know, I know of Bob Dylan obviously, and I know, you know, Bob Dylan songs, but I haven't really listened to his discography, so I'm going to do that. And for $1, you see Bob Dylan and you grab it. So grab that. Alright, also got this classic record from 1968. It is Iron Butterfly's In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, their second studio album, which is most known for that 17-minute title track on side 2. Awesome guitar stuff, awesome drum solos, major guitar jams, lots of good stuff. I know a lot of people are either major Iron Butterfly fans or they don't like Iron Butterfly at all. So this is the only album of theirs that I'm familiar with, so I was excited that it was there to pick up because I didn't have it yet. But I think it's a classic album, and the title track is awesome to listen to. So grab that. Also picked up Best of Cream, a promo copy. This was released in 1969, and it is a compilation of material from 1966 to 1968, I believe, of Cream. So it has Sunshine of Your Love, Crossroads, White Room, so on. So, very cool promo copy. Excited to have this. I love Cream. So that was a cool find. Continuing on here, going back to this British blues kind of discussion, it is Bad Company's self-titled debut from 1974. If you don't know Bad Company, you should. It is an English hard rock kind of British blues supergroup. This was released on Zeppelin's Swan Song label and includes their hit song Can't Get Enough, as well as Rock Steady. Lots of good stuff on this self-titled debut. Also picked up their Desolation Angels album from Bad Company, their 5th studio album from 1979. There are more on this album, more kind of acoustics and keyboards than on previous Bad Company records, but it includes really good songs. One of which that I really love is Crazy Circles and Evil Wind. So, continuing with Bad Company there. Also grabbed, and I'm not a major fan of this band, but I picked it up because it was $1 and it has Heartache Tonight on it. So it is the Eagles' The Long Run. Like I said, I'm not a big Eagles fan, but it has Heartache Tonight, so I grabbed it. And yeah, it's released in 1979. And I think it was the last album that this group recorded before members kind of went off and did their solo work, like Don Henley and Glenn Frey and stuff like that. So I don't know. But, like I said, I'm not a big Eagles fan, but that one caught my eye for $1. Also picked up the 1966 release of Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence. Amazing album. The title track of this record, Sound of Silence, is a beautiful, beautiful song. It showcases the amazing songwriting between Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon. I actually saw Paul Simon in concert a couple years ago. He performed at a venue that I used to work at. So that was really cool to kind of watch him perform and get paid for it. So that was fun. But amazing harmonies as you will get with a Simon and Garfunkel album. And happy to have grabbed this. And we've reached the end here. Last but not least, I picked up, which is a complete 180 from Simon and Garfunkel, Nazareth's Hair of the Dog, the 1975 release from Scottish hard rock band Nazareth. Just starting to kind of explore Nazareth. Don't know enough about them yet to talk a lot about it, but I have been picking up some Nazareth as I come by it, so I'm excited to kind of listen to it and see if I really enjoy them. But it has a cover of the Everly Brothers' Love Hurts on this record, and this album really kind of skyrocketed Nazareth's popularity in the US. So, excited to give this a go. But yeah, with that, those are my garage sale pickups. Super happy with those grabs. You know, you have unique opportunities when you have estate sales and garage sales and even thrift finds to find amazing records for prices that you wouldn't find at a record shop or a record show or anything like that. So super excited to play them all. They're all in great condition. This guy really kept good care of them. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay tuned to this channel for my next video release. Bye guys.